Because of its performance enhancing benefits without the expense and cost of being sore as shit, we always do box squats instead of back squats here. Not that I have anything against back squats, it's just I work with athletes, and typically athletes aren't going to be powerlifters here. If you're a powerlifter, you can definitely do back squats in conjunction with or instead of the box squats, but we like to focus on the box squats, and ultimately I feel like they do have the benefits of back squats and then some more. You'll have increased power output, increased posterior strength, and they will actually help with your deadlift as well. So let me take you through how we do the box squats and the common mistakes and how to do it efficiently. The first thing you're going to need to do is find a box that is suitable for getting the benefits that the box squat produces. So what you're going to do is take your stance for a box squat. As you sit down, you want to make sure your hips are at least an inch under your knee. This will allow for greater starting strength for if you do a regular squat, and will also increase ultimately a higher amount of power output. First, I'd like to address some of the common mistakes. There's about 3 or 4 common mistakes that people always make, and I guess the biggest one, especially with a box squat, and honestly what probably gives it a bad name, is the plopping or the tap and go. This is not a box squat, nor is this. You definitely do not want to plop onto the bar. You want to poke your ass straight back, find the seat, roll back, relax the hip flexors while keeping everything else tight, drive your heels down, and drive your shoulders back into the bar. Another mistake I see people make is not keeping their upper back tight. Look, a lot of the squat is a lot of back work, all right? One of your main limiting factors in how much you can squat, whether it be a regular squat or a box squat, is how strong your back is. Whether you're lower back or upper back. For this instance, let's focus on the upper back. You definitely want to keep it nice and tight so it's on a nice shelf so that you won't tip forward. As far as the other mistakes I see people make, it's not driving through your heels. Look, you're going to drive through your heels in any squat. If you try to push through your toes, you're going to dump it, you're going to bust your knees up, and ultimately, you don't want to do that. If you're injured, you can't get swollen. So with that, let me show you how to do a proper box squat. The first thing you're going to do with this setup is get your grip, stay nice and tight, squeeze the bar as hard as you can, upper back tense, everything nice and tense, dip under the bar, pull it against your back, stay tight. Now you'll notice I have a good wide stance, toes out, I'm spreading the floor. Basically I'm activating my hips, my lower back, my butt, everything that's going to be going into having a proper box squat is nice and tight. The first movement is poking my butt straight back. I'm going to move back, 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 back. I'm going to find the seat. I'm going to roll back onto it, relax the hip flexors while everything else is tight. Then I'm going to drive my heels down while flexing my ass and driving my shoulders up into the bar as well. So in real time, here we go. Back, 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 relax, boom. It's important to note the general nature of this lift, the whole idea of static overcome by dynamic movement is going to be the cornerstone of what makes this such a beneficial lift and will ultimately increase your vertical, your power output for any sprint, or basically any plyometric movement. So it'll make you far more explosive and it'll give you a lot of posterior strength.